Hello, it's Kevin Fleming from Grupo Mariana. You're here at Playa Mariana today, and I'm here with Eduardo Alaniz. And what we're doing right now is we're going to show you around a little bit of what he's been doing over the last month, I guess, really. We just started just before Christmas. Well, everything starts with this water and this well. And Eduardo is a civil engineer here in Managua, Nicaragua with Alaniz Construcciones. He's the owner. And he is now responsible on site as the lead engineer taking care of our civil engineering, which means he's helping do the water design. Not only that, but the topography and the clearing and the grading of the roads and a whole lot more. But more specifically today, we want to talk about water because it's one of the most important things in a development. So Eduardo is here to help walk us through what he's been doing on site, so you can better understand the infrastructure behind the scenes here at Playa Mariana. So, Eduardo, very shortly, for the people who don't know you, I know you're infamous, you're famous, the one and only, but tell our audience, tell me who Eduardo Alaniz is in 30 seconds.
I'm the proud owner of Alaniz Construcciones. My company does roads. We do all types of projects. We're here happily helping you develop this beautiful project. And here, we have the well. We put the pump sitting about 180 feet down. The pumps, the whole well is about 200 feet deep.
Right, I gotta interrupt you, but there's more to the story, right? There's more to the story.
Yeah.
You see, Eduardo came on site and we already had this well drilled back in, I don't know, before 2010, let's just say that. But we hadn't done anything with it in a long time, and this is on me. I'm not sure how, but we never sealed the well. So we didn't know what surprises we were going to find. When I drilled the well the first time, we drilled it down 200 feet. But when Eduardo came on scene, he's like, well, let's go test the well. Let's see how far we can go down and generally figure out what we're getting ourselves into. So he came on site with his people, and I'll let him continue the story.
So we tested the well, and we found that at 11 feet, the well had been tampered with rocks, and we couldn't pass through, or we tried to do something to unclog it, but we couldn't. Yeah. So we brought a company. The company brought the drill. They re-drilled the well. We had 40 deep of rock down there, and then after that we pumped the water out. We pumped all the debris out, and then we installed this pump. We are now pumping 65 to 70 gallons a minute. This is the pump house. It needs more work. We need to build a slab here, a concrete slab. This is where the generator will be sitting, and in front is where the tanks will go. So we have space for 4 tanks. And then we're gonna put the main pump down there, and that's where our main water system will start.
Okay, that's cool. So just to go back to the water for a second, just to give you guys a better idea, when we put this well in, in case you missed it, what happened was Eduardo called me and he goes, we got a problem. Well, he sent me a text. And turns out they got down about 11 feet and they got to a blockage. They didn't yet know what it was. And so he did know of a company that was close by that could come bring their equipment on site and see what they can do to salvage the well so we wouldn't have to drill another one. So he told me what the quote was, about $8,000 to bring equipment here. It took me a couple of days to think about it, but obviously we had to do it. So they came, and what they discovered was 40 feet they ended up drilling down was filled with rocks and tampered and sabotaged on the well. So like, who does that, right? They gotta be real idiots. In any case, when they got everything out of it, they were pulling slippers out of there and sandals and beer bottles. It was a disaster, but it's all clean now, down to 200 feet, flushed, bleached out, disinfected. It was running straight for how many days, Eduardo?
4 days.
Like 4 days, it was running straight to clear everything out, and now everything looks completely different. We'll run the well out afterwards. And we're standing in the pump house right now, which is going to secure the well and the generator to back up the well. And so within the next 60 days, it'll probably be done sooner, but we'll have a nice, secure pump house with generation station, and something that happened before will never happen again like that into the future. And when did you bring the trailer out here, Eduardo?
It was 2 weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago, we got this trailer on site, which is great. Eduardo's working in there. We'll bring all of our permits and studies, and it like act as a mini sales center as well. And maybe we'll get the one with the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
we're on hold for the one with the
Yeah,
bathroom.
we're on hold.
And over there, tell me about the entrance, what you found over here, Eduardo. What's the funny thing? The funny story is when Eduardo was here, he didn't even notice that there was an entrance there, right?
Yeah, it was full of trees.
It was full of trees. It was just completely overgrown over the years because it was more or less abandoned. We weren't doing anything on site, and that's just how it was. But we cleared it, and now it looks like that. And so it's pretty funny when you think that he was here working on the water, and then I was asking him, hey, what can you do about my entrance over there? And he's like, what entrance? I don't see any entrance. That's how much that was buried over a decade. So it's good that it's clear right now. So what's your team doing with that stuff right now?
With the entrance.
Yeah.
So we're trying to see what can be done on it without demolishing it, because rebar has been exposed for over, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years, right?
10 years.
10 years. So
will this one be, could this be also like you'd have to cut off the rebar that's bad and just continue building by putting a beam on it and continue on top?
Yeah, we're checking on
if
that.
we had to do that. If we had to do that. Well, in any case, Eduardo's here and he's going to help us to figure out something to do with this entrance. All right, so back to the water. So you start on the water here, and tell me what's next. What's going on? You want to walk me through your team here, Eduardo?
Yeah.
What's going on over here? I'll follow you.
Okay, so today we filled this intermediate beam. We're gonna continue placing blocks this week, and then right now the guys are trenching because we're gonna do the fencing around the pump house and the tanks.
Okay, so let me just get this clear. So what they're doing right now is they're digging up the trench.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the security fence that's going to be around the interior, the whole perimeter within the lines that I see, I take it, right?
Yeah.
And then the tanks are going to be sitting where?
Right around here. So it's going to be 4 slabs, 4 concrete slabs, 1 for each tank. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 more towards where he is.
Okay, good.
And then the pump will be sitting, the main pump will be sitting.
Oh, perfect. So it's all secure with the fence all around it. So what's happening right here is, as you heard Eduardo say, we're putting fencing all around to protect the area of the pump house and the tanks. And the tanks themselves, they are 5,000 gallon tanks, and there's going to be 4 of them to start sitting across this particular area. And we have more land over here in case we need to expand. We can place more tanks, but this is a pretty big area right here, so we ought to be able to get 4 to 8 tanks in here, I'm thinking, right? So, so they put down this big concrete slab, and 5,000 gallons doesn't sound like a lot, but when you see the tank, you'll be like, that's a lot of water. It's a lot of water. I put that in perspective. A typical home for permits, when we were developing the land, they take into consideration whether your land or your well, or you can provide up to 100 gallons of water per day per house with 4 occupants. So, to put that in perspective, 5,000 gallons is like 50 homes pretty easily and quickly. So there's a lot of water here, at least to get going, and we have an incredible opportunity to expand. And this is just one well of 4 that we have drilled on site that we're the owners, titled. It's not water that we're bringing in from 2 kilometers down the road. It's on our land. We own the water, and we are the distributors of the particular plan. Now, the one thing I wanted to ask about the water is, I think this is really important. We talked about it coming here, but you're not in the sun. I'll be in the sun this time. Tell me about the pumps and how that works, and why our wells and the pumps are going to be protected from not being overstressed.
Okay, so the pump, the well is, the flow rate that they gave us was about 85 gallons a minute rate. So it wouldn't make sense to put a pump with major capacity or major flow rate than the well, because the only thing that would cause is we would stress the well, and then we're not going to have water down the bore in the well. So that's why we put down a pump that has a capacity of around 65 to 70, 55, 60. It varies, but I have to measure it. Right?
No, so we drilled the well, and there was about 85 gallons of water per minute. that have pulled out, but you never want to just put a pump on that takes out 85 gallons or worse, more than 85 gallons of water per minute, because it drains the well too quickly.
Yeah.
So we picked the right pump that will drain the water out at about 65 gallons per minute, and it'll go from the pump house, okay, it'll fill up the tanks. And from the tanks, what happens is there's another pump. Is that right? There's another pump from the tanks that pumps out almost 250 gallons of water per minute to the rest of the development area in the property. So we pull water out at about a 2-inch pipe at 65 gallons a minute, and we distribute it through a 4-inch pipe, 250 gallons per minute. So we don't overstress the well, and that's completely backed up by the generator, that if the power goes off, the light comes automatically. And when the light comes back on, the power goes
automatically.
That's right. So everything happens automatically without a blip. So that's really great. So that's a little bit about the water. Now tell me about, just so our audience knows, the water design. You're also responsible for the water design, which we're going to start probably next week when I have the CAD plan back. And that's going to take about how long?
6 weeks.
So 6 weeks for the water design, maybe even 8 weeks, not a problem. And then once the water is done, more or less the capacity to trench, because we're putting in, it was 2 kilometers of line to the development parcel areas across, like we're going 2 kilometers from this particular point. And that's going to take about how long do you think?
The whole project or just the trenching?
The whole water project.
That's going to take us a while.
It'll take us like 2026?
No.
I'd say at least 6 months, right? 6 to 9 months.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. It's about 6 to 9 months to put in the water to all the lots and the junction box and the distribution area. So we're not in a rush. We're going to do it step by step. But this entire area, the pump house, the generator, the trenching, the fencing, the slabs, the concrete, the tower insulation, everything ready to now start connecting the pipes to the rest of the land is about what?
Mid-February.
Mid-February. So that's the end of February, even March. Amazing, right? So a lot of progress and development is coming up. Now, you're also responsible for the topography. Tell me about this crazy word called geodesic. What does that mean? Explain it so I'm a 2-year-old.
So we placed 2 GPS points, because in the first plan we had 2, but it seems like people tampered them as well.
A lot of sabotage around here, right? I wonder why.
We placed 10 of them, so that way we can tie up everything that's in the CAD, place it with the topography where it belongs.
Excellent. That's amazing. So the geodesic points, it basically is a fancy way of saying they're GPS points that are easily referenced on the master plan. So when tying everything together, the roads, the lots, and other topography elements within the project, they're easily referenced so everybody knows where everything is. That's great. So that's huge. That's a big thing that we've been doing. You can see the guys working hard over here. And one of the other things we're doing is the grading of the roads, but that's going to come after the master plan and the CAD is done. But we definitely want to do the grading before the trenching. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, for sure, because that's important for the water and the drainage. Okay, fantastic. Well, you heard it straight from Eduardo's mouth, the civil engineer on site. If anything goes wrong, he's the one to call it. Don't blame me. I'm just kidding. You can always call me. I'm here. I've been here for the same 20 years, same email, same phone number. Eduardo, any parting words? Do you want the audience to know specifically about yourself or your company, so we can let's drive more business your way? You know, so you're really busy.
We're always available, and hope to see everyone down here in March.
That's right. And when he says always available, his communication is excellent. He'll respond to my WhatsApp message at 11 o'clock at night or 4 in the morning. So he's always there. So thank you, Eduardo. Really appreciate it. That's Eduardo Alaniz from Alaniz Construcciones. I chose him because he has a great team that he put in place. They own all their equipment that we're going to need to have here on site. And he has the capability to do everything from civil engineering, from the water to the electrical to the construction, the topography. So a one-man shop who speaks English and Spanish, which actually helps me in the development process with the team and managing here on site. So you're here at Playa Mariana, 923 acres south of Masachapa, 8 kilometers. We're developing this amazing beachfront resort, 2 kilometers wide. The coastal highway is 1 kilometer from here. It splits the front parcel in half. From the coastal highway, it's another half kilometer to the beach. And from there, just something truly amazing. When you look at the other videos, you're going to be so happy and truly glad you did.